As every day goes by, how can we close our eyes?
A record producer, be it an album or a single, just doesn't oversee the final version of what we hear. He's at the very core of its inception. He's involved creatively in the concept, the style, the overall meaning of the product.
And the award for Producer of the Year goes to... It's a tie.
Whoa.
David Foster. And Lionel Richie and James...
When Quincy Jones called me, when I picked up the phone and I heard his voice, I was dead. I knew right there why he was calling. I knew before he said, "Hey, Foz," and I knew why he was calling me. And there was no doubt that I had to do it. I felt that I was responsible enough and was known enough in Canada that I could pull it off musically, that I could bring the, the thing musically together, but I needed the most powerful man in Canada in the music business to help. It literally, from there, I called you because I wanted you to be involved right from the get because you and I are such friends, and I know that you know a lot of people and you could be helpful in organizing this thing. And then we got Lou Blair involved, and then Bruce's whole office.
Listen, all you do, you write the music. Anybody who phones you up, anybody who bothers you, tell them to phone me. I'll be the bad guy, and we'll just say they can't get in.
I put down the phone from talking to Quincy. I called Bruce Allen, and he got crazy with it.
For publicity. Don't answer the phone. Do me a favor, take your phone off the hook and leave it there. Let them phone me, okay? And Lou and I will take care of it, okay? You do the music, I'll do the people. We'll get along great.
Da 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 da, E flat, ba da da da, over B flat, da da da. Got in my car to drive to work, and picked up my little tape recorder, and it just came on. And I mean, I know that sounds real corny, but I guess that's inspiration. Yeah. It was all unfolding right as I was driving across the bridge, and I really, honest to God, imagined Gordon Lightfoot singing the first two lines.
Okay, Ray, thanks a lot.
Lightfoot.
Got to run.
Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot, returning your call.
Gordon, how are you? Good, good, good. Listen, I know you're in the middle of doing a session. But I got to have, just give me a break and just take off Sunday. Just take off Sunday. I talked to Foster. We'll do the chorus first. We'll blow everybody else out of there. And then we'll let the first two lines, Gordon, for God's sake.
By the end of the drive, I had the verses, and the chorus just kind of came out.
Yeah. Hey, Murray. Adams. Yeah. How you doing, kid? Good. Anne Murray's in, Adams. Anne Murray's in. Yeah. Neil Young's in, and Joni Mitchell, too. See, Adams? See? Everybody's coming in. Good. Okay, as soon as you finish Saturday Night Live, you go to the airport, and you'll be in Toronto that night. Okay? We're going in at noon at Manta.
Great song.
It's a great song, Adams. Everybody loves this song. It's a better song than the Americans. It's a better song than the English guys.
That day at the studio, I ran into Jim Vallance, who is Bryan Adams' co-writer on all of his songs. And I said, "Hey, do you want to do something great for your country? Let me demo this song that I've just come up with at your studio." And
good. Listen, Bernie, I want to get some of your acts in the benefit for the Ethiopian thing. And one of the first we want to get Leona Boyd. I know she can't sing, but I'm cutting the instrumental tracks in Vancouver. I know she can't sing, but God, we got to have her in there. She's a recognizable face.
Bryan Adams had just come in from Los Angeles that day, and him and Vallance are real tight, and he rang up, "Hey, what's going on?" "Well, we're over here demoing the song." "Hey, well, maybe I'll come over. Can I come over?" It's this kind of thing that just draws everybody. It's really amazing.
Well, the only problem is who's available. That's the first problem. And the amazing thing was that everybody was available or could make themselves available. Everybody thinks what a massive undertaking it was, and it probably would be a massive undertaking if there was fighting and struggling, but we didn't have to twist anybody's arm. Whether it was Neil Young or Mike Reno or Gordon Lightfoot, Anne Murray, Paul Anka, anybody, nobody gave us any problems, Terry. I mean, Paul couldn't make it at the end because he lost his voice, but that he wanted to be there. He really wanted to be there, and he was very upset that he wasn't.
Early the next morning, Bryan Adams called me. like real early for Brian. I mean, noon is early for Brian usually. This was like 9 a.m. or something. He says, you got to go over to Valence's right away. We stayed up all night and we wrote all the lyrics.
Rags, how you doing, man? Listen, Corey Hart for the benefit. You heard about the benefit? Okay, good. How is he?
The next thing that I had to do was to cut the track, to get the music recorded in preparation for the vocalist. Again? Hey, Chris, have you looked in the room over there? Next door? Yeah. See if there's any French horn players over there, would you? Players? Yeah, French horn players. Tell me when. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he was all set to play, and I said, well, actually, all I need is for you to play one note once. And I'll load it into my Emu 2, and he goes, la. I push a button, thank you, and when I push the synthesizer, I get that exact same note.
So all it was after that was just going to Air Canada and going to Coca-Cola and going to companies like this to chip in some money, because the airfares and that were a lot for people to move around. And Air Canada came through like that. CPI put the video together. Donald K. Donald dug up some corporate money, and it was done in 4 days, basically.
As every day goes by, how can we close our eyes until we all...
Eugene Levy's car, of course, he wasn't asked to be in this whole thing. He just came out to pick up some friends.
Musically, there was one person that, there was many, but Oscar Peterson being there. For me, being a piano player, listening to his records when I was a kid, growing up with his records, I was thrilled to see him there.
Wait, go away. It's just me. Go away. I'm not a singer.
Your songs, and I'll just sit quiet. I won't try to sing along. To see what you do.
Am I the first guy? No. All right. How do you feel? Oh, there's old Thomas Hunter.
As every day goes by.
It's very hard to describe the feeling in the studio that day, even though all three of us were the three of the privileged ones to be there, you know. But you can't put it into words, can you? The feeling in that day. I mean, I to a certain extent had blinders on because I had so much work to do, you know, and you guys were working too, but you had a little more time to
To
observe, but I just can imagine what was going on in the hall with Ronnie Hawkins talking with Lisa Del Bello and, you know, Mark Holmes taking pizza out to the fans, with Jim Valance taking pizza out to the fans outside. You know, standing outside thought going on in my mind about putting up that sign. On the one hand, I thought, who the hell am I to say something like that to these people? On the other hand, I thought, if I don't establish control right from the very beginning, then I've really blown it for everybody.
Please check your egos at the bottom. Could I check your ego, please?
I can get it up.
I had my ego intact.
Yeah, see,
I
like
was
big
right
head,
there. I was there. Me, I was right there.
Yeah, I heard you a couple of times say, zoom in on me.
Well, because I was doing good things. I was doing good things. You don't have to move it, I'll move to you.
I think I was the face and the voice of Ethiopians, who otherwise were very distant. I presented the cause closer to the artists, because when I got emotional and teared up, they joined me. They too were emotional. After my speech, they all came and explained to me that my presence gave them a meaning of what they were doing. So I think they could relate to the cause much better after they heard me. So in a very little way, I think I'm glad that I was part of that recording session. I'm quite moved, and I wouldn't have enough words to express my grateful that you have made so much effort. You have shown us so much sympathy in our cause to struggle the tragedy, the worst tragedy we have in our history. For me, it's a painful experience to be here and to see my people dying. I know you all share my grief, but nothing is close to have your roots there. They're hardworking people, they're religious people, they're generous, they're beautiful. And when I see them reduced to skeletons, it's very painful. If there's anything we can do, it's to be united. And the best place to start is with you. Because not politicians, not economists are as popular as you are. You are the only people who would reach the simple man, because your messages are simple, are humane. And I'm so grateful to be in your midst today, and I wish you all the best, and thanks a lot.
I was very moved by her, as I think everyone was. I don't think there was a dry eye in the place. She's so articulate, and she was so sincere about it, and really brought it all into focus.
It is happening. There are people dying, and it's very sad. Just to be here and to help in some way, and just in some way, that's all it was.
I felt like everybody else. You could, the tear duct started to fill up, and you kind of started looking at your shoes and trying to see if anybody else was looking, but everybody else was doing exactly the same thing.
The power of the people is what the message that came through to me. The power of the people, and we, as opposed to I, being more important.
It makes everyone think, or it should make everyone think about the fact that we aren't living alone. You know, what we do affects our fellow man and vice versa. And as I say, perhaps we can solve some of the other problems that are rampant today in the world with the same mass effort.
I've got three very healthy children. When I look at the faces of children and not see them too healthy, I've got to go and help them.
I'm very fortunate to be in a position to be able to do something like this and feel that I'm contributing, because you know, most people just in their daily lives can't get the opportunity to do something like that. The lyrics are brilliant, the song's brilliant, the idea is brilliant, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Okay, guys, here we go. Ladies.
Roll playback.